So this question says a square is inscribed in a circle. So I'm going to start off by using the strategy called plug-in picture, in which I'm actually going to draw what was described. I probably should have drawn the circle first, actually. So let's do it that way. So here's my circle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Here's my square. So there's my square inscribed in a circle. The radius of the circle is 20 square root 2 over 2, which I'm actually going to simplify, because I'm a big fan of simplifying, into 10 root 2, right? Because 2 goes into 20 10 times, and 2 goes into itself once. So my radius, and I've learned from doing these questions in the past that it's best to draw the radius to one of the vertices of the square, so it touches the square and the circle at the same point. So I'm going to call that 10 root 2. What is the side length in inches of the square? So what do we know about this square? So we actually don't know anything about the side lengths of the square right now. We just know that this is 10 root 2. There's a couple of ways to do this. I could drop a vertical or drop an altitude here to make a right triangle, in which case I'd split the base of this square, or split the side of the square into 2 equal parts, and I could figure out that this must be 10 and this must be 10 here. How do I know that? Well, I know that because, let me just draw this again for you. If I've split this in half, and I've split this in half, right, because this is the center of the circle, then that means when I draw my right triangle, this side must be equal to this side. And maybe I should use a different color to make it clear. Right, so this leg of the right triangle must be equal to this leg of the right triangle, making this a 45, 45, 90 right triangle. If I know that this is 10 root 2, that makes these two sides equal to 10, because in a 45, 45, 90 right triangle, the side lengths are x, and the hypotenuse is x root 2. Right, so I just reverse engineered that thought process. So again, if this is 10, then so is this, right? So that makes the whole side length of the square equal to 20. So each of these side lengths are 20. What's the question asked for? What is the side length in inches of the square? Well, we just found it. It's 20. So our answer here must be choice A. So just again, just to make sure you saw that, I could just, well, actually I'll show you a completely different way. A circle. Here's my square. My radius is, again, 10 root 2. I'm actually going to draw another radius here. So that's also 10 root 2, which means altogether that entire line, which I'll trace in red now, is 20 root 2, right? 10 root 2 plus 10 root 2. Again, this is now the diagonal of a square. I already know that these two sides are the same because they're from a square, which means I know this is going to be a 45, 45, 90 right triangle. And if the hypotenuse is 20 root 2, that makes the legs each 20, right? So that's maybe a more direct way of getting there. I know that each of these legs are 20, given what I expect from my 45, 45, 90 right triangle. So hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, please leave a comment, and I'll make sure to clarify any questions that you have.